Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to Union Cross. Sorry this video's a little late. I did get sick with like the stomach flu or something, man. I've been puking for the past 2 days. I feel a little bit better now. Hopefully I can make it through this whole video, but we're going to be talking about the Dissidia NT collaboration going on right now in Union Cross. We got two new medals, Cloud and, well, I was going to say Leon. It does say Leon, but you know, it's Squall. It's Squall, okay? Whatever, it doesn't matter. You play Kingdom Hearts, you play Final Fantasy VIII, it's all up to you guys. So anyways, these two medals just came out. They're both focused on PvP, but I want to talk about where they can actually fit everywhere else as well too, and show you guys some setups, how it works exactly, mechanics. But let's go over the banner first, because that's where the weakest point of this medal, of these medals, are. The banners. There's 3 banners, 2 of them are for VIP, 1 of them are for non-VIP. They're all a 10 mercy pull, so it doesn't matter which one you pull on, they all cost 10 mercy, which is hefty. And this is the weakest point of these medals. If these were 5 mercy pulls, I would go, hell yeah, let's go for it. 1, the medals look amazing. The medals are Cloud, the original costume as well too from Kingdom Hearts 1, and then we got Leon over there looking sweet as hell. These renders are beautiful. These kind of go back to the older Cloud that came out right in the beginning of the game when we had that high score challenge with Darkseid, the Supernova illustrated Cloud. This brings me back all the way to when I first started this game, because that was the first medal I pulled that was a unique or special medal out of the banner, and it helped me get a like top place into the high score challenge. So I really want these medals, 1 because the characters, 2 the way they look. That's pretty much it, you know what I mean? Favorite character first, but because of these banners, I'm going to back off and just wait. They're going to be like every other PvP medal out there, just every other medal. They'll show up another banner, 1 out of 5 chance, 1 out of 12 chance, you know what I mean? Or maybe even by themselves again in a 5 mercy. They might even start doing PvP banners, like here's all these PvP medals. Pull for this banner and you have 1 out of 5 chance to get Anti-Aqua, Zeus, Cloud, Leon, you know what I mean? They might do stuff like that in the future. But for now, I don't recommend this because of the 30,000 jewels. It's not even a fallen price deal. It's just straight up 30,000 jewels for everyone. Now, the difference between the 2 banners is obviously VIP, the prettier banner. The one looks really nice, not this plain background back there. You get yourself 1 guaranteed trait per pull, so you don't have to rely on the VIP coins. You get a trait per pull. And I know the Moogle shop exists, but you rather deal with the RNG that comes in the banner before you spend another 5,000 jewels. And you get 30 VIP coins, which means it's technically 4 traits per pull. So if you do pull those 10 times, you got yourself 40 traits. If you only go with the traits that comes with it, that's 10 traits. Still, that's amazing, because those 30 VIP coins per pull can go towards the foretellers, and you can clean up a lot of the foreteller medals. You also get 3 of each gems, depending if you're pulling for Cloud or Leon, magic and power. Now, the free-to-play banner, it guarantees 1 of these medals in 10 tries. So at least you do get 1 out of 2. That's not bad, 50-50. But 1 of these medals are dead on arrival for PvP, and that's Leon, because Leon has opponent, a rival, not even a rival, it just has Anti-Aqua. Anti-Aqua goes like, nah, Leon, you're new? I've been here since the beginning. You know what I mean? Anti-Aqua just reflect all of his damage right back at the opponent, and a lot of people have multiple Anti-Aquas, and if you're going for a magic Keyblade setup, PvP week where it's mostly just magic Keyblades, Leon's going to be so powerful, but then someone pops out of Anti-Aqua and it's all over for you. Obviously, you can change your setup back and forth, but yeah. So, if you do get Leon, you're going to be using him mostly for PvE content, and there's a little bit of an issue with these guys when it comes to PvE content. Not too bad, but we're going to talk about it. So, either way, they're all mercy pulls, whatever you guys want. If honestly, VIP is all nice. The most intriguing thing about VIP, the 10 tries kind of kill it, it's that you do get 4 traits per pull. That's just fantastic, you know what I mean? But you got to go for that 30,000 jewels dedication. So, enough of the banners. The banners are just, either way, no for me. 30,000 for 1 medal. If you guys go back to the foretellers were super powerful. 1 out of 5 chance to get a foreteller, and it didn't matter what foreteller you got, they were all game changing. They're the new tier 10s, they all had different abilities, buffs that carried over for the entire turn, good supernovas, just amazing damage. It didn't matter which one you got, it would change your game. Where this over here is 30,000 for pretty much the same effect, but a little bit more in PvP. So 15,000 versus 30,000, I'd rather just stick to the 15,000. You could have pulled twice for the foretellers for the 1 price of 1 of these banners. So that's a big nope for me. So, what does Supernova Cloud and Supernova Leon do over here? So, I'm going to start off with Cloud because Cloud is clearly the better one just because of the anti-aqua thing. We're going to be focusing on PvP a little bit, but also PvE. So for 3 hits, 3 attacks, it does 3 hits for 3 attacks. So 3 attacks means, let me pull you guys into an example here. So let's pretend you're using the treasure trove and this is the new Cloud. So 3 attacks means 3 attacks including itself. So when you activate this medal, the new Cloud, it's going to give that buff, which is 2500 power metal strength, to this slot that he's on, to the 2nd attack, and then the 3rd attack. That's what it means by 3 attacks. For 3 attacks, increase your power metal strength by 2500. One for himself. If you use the extra attack, it resets the counter at 3, so it doesn't matter. And then you come over here for the 2nd attack, and then the 3rd attack. So these 3 slots will get 2500. If you put them on the 1st slot, 1, 2, 3. That's all you guys have to do when you see 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attacks. You just count. 1 attack starts on the slot that it's activated though. So remember that. So if you put it over here, 1, 2, 3. So this is interesting because Leon works the same way. If you go through the Keyblades, it's going to work on the treasure trove. It's going to work over here if you want to reach your pet slot, but then you're going to have like a Lee copy another power metal. Then you got something like Dark Gnaw, which it goes over here. It's only going to reach up to here. So you got to look at the Keyblade setups as well. Fenrir, you got to put it over here for it to reach over here, because you don't want to put it over here. Then it only activates for 2 medals. Unless you're doing PvE content, then it activates for your friend medal as well. So the buff is not that bad. You really don't need the Cloud to be over here. You know what I mean? So 3 attacks is plenty to make that very useful. I was like, oh man, 3 attacks only? That kind of sucks. But it's 2500 compared to the other medals that we have. 1500, 1500. This guy's at 2500 just for his attack. And if he has extra attack, that's plus 5000 power metal strength for this slot, and this slot. That's incredibly powerful in PvP, especially when this guy ignores 15% defense, has a 15% chance of ignoring enemies' defense boost, but also in PvE content with extra attack, that's 5000 on these 2 slots, including himself, and he's got a great multiplier and damage. So the medals are incredible. Again, the banners are bad, but the medals are incredible. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty game-changing because you don't want to see a Cloud in these 2 slots. A Cloud here and here covers your whole entire Keyblade. That's mostly important. And if one medal misses out on that 2500 or 5000, at least this one, 3 slots got it. At least 3 slots got it. So back into the game. What else is going on with these medals? So these medals, they also give you for 1 turn. So only the power metal strength and the magic metal strength on Leon is for 3 attacks. The rest of the buffs are for 1 turn. They are on there for the entire Keyblade setup for that 1 turn. So for your buffs, you get upright strength by 15, strength and power strength by 10. Again, this is huge. If you look at the Leviathan boss that we just had, when he counterattacks, he lowers our strength down by 15. If you were to play a carry into a Cloud, you literally can get all your buffs back because Cloud also buffs as well. And if you have extra attack, that's even more true. So stuff like that I really like seeing, because there's a lot of times halfway through the Keyblade setup, an enemy will counterattack us or attack us back, and then we're stuck with like no strength, but you just activate Cloud and boom, your strength's back up to 15, especially with extra attack. So that can fix a lot as well too. For the enemy's defense though, it only does general defense down and power defense down by 5. So our max is 15, it only does 5, and it has no upright. Besides that, everything else is for PvP, which is pierces defense by 15%. And again, special attack doesn't really matter because we're always acting Supernova abilities every turn. Now, Cloud and Leon strength are at 33,000, over 33,300. That's good. That's what the foretellers have, and that's what future medals will have. Its multiplier is 70. It does more damage the more gauges are full, so you have to have 10 SP or more on your Keyblade setup for it to do 70. If you have less than 10 SP when you activate them, after that, so let's say you have 10 SP, you activate them, you drop down to 8, I'm pretty sure you get to 53.49 when you have the activation, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure if you have 10 and you drop down to 8 as he's doing his animation, it doesn't count for the max multiplier. I could be wrong with that. It's been a while since I've used these medals, but you need 10 SP or more for it to do full damage. So 70 multiplier is very respectable. Now we get into the Supernova, and the Supernova, a target is single, not AoE, for 2 attacks, upright metal strength by 1000. So again, itself and the next metal only, not 3 attacks, not the whole Keyblade, just itself and 1 other metal are gonna get this upright metal strength by plus 1000. Now for the self, It's also the same thing. This is only for 2 attacks. Strength and upright and power strength by 15, and targets defense and upright and power defense down by 15. So it fully maxes out your buffs and your debuffs. And again, this isn't bad. It's only for 2 attacks. But if the enemy makes all your strength down -15, this will kind of just reset it down to 15, and then you can activate him to get your upright strength and your power strength back to 10 and 15. So this is a good way to clear those debuffs off you, more than looking at it, oh, it's just a buffer for 2 attacks. No, the Supernova is to stop those counterattacks like Leviathan, to erase that and then activate Cloud, and you hit back at full buffs. That's really good. Also, it can max out all the buffs you need if you're just working on one part of the PvP setup, where like, oh, I need power strength, but I don't have enough over here because I'm using stained glass metals or something. He can work alone for himself, buff himself. He doesn't need the right buffer for himself and the next metal, so that can work out as well too. If you saw my beautiful color finger here, my daughter did that. She was painting my nail. So anyways, that is the big part about this. The big part is that it ignores target's defense boost. So this Supernova is going to do 100% damage no matter if the opponent has defense boost 6 max, 7 max, 8 max, 9 max, whatever the future holds. He will always have 100% damage. He's going to go right through that defense boost. But the problem is Supernova and Leon Supernova are only at 20. These 2 medals are exactly the same. Just one is magic and one is power. That's it. So I'm kind of doing it all in one bundle. But yeah, the multiplier is 20. So in PvP, depending on your traits, you're going to do between 400 million to 600 million damage, depending on how many plus 1000s, the sub slot you're on, or Keyblade slot you're on, so on and so on. So it's a lot of damage. Trust me, the 70 multiplier, 33,000 strength, going through enemies' defenses, these medals do a ton of damage. And in PvE, they also have a good place of doing damage, except for the Supernova. The Supernova is what makes this medal not ridiculously broken, but the medal is still very, very powerful. I know that everyone's looking at the multiplier, but if you just ignore the Supernova medal, Supernova activation from both these medals, like how much damage it does, looking at everything else, it's a pretty solid package. They're really good. Now, Supernovas make a big deal in the game that they can be the difference from losing or winning a quest easily. But if you want a mixture of PvP content and PvE, these aren't bad. But again, they're nothing game-changing when we go back to the foretellers, because the foretellers pretty much have the same idea going on with them. So if we go look at foretellers, like let's grab Autie here. Look at Autie. Autie's got 38,000 strength once you put the chips on him. And he's got a multiplier of 72.66 to higher your HP. Leon is higher HP, higher slot number, by the way, where Cloud is more gauges. So Cloud is only one you need 10 SP or more, where Leon you need the higher the slot number. So slot 5 or 6, your pet slot. So anyways, back to Supernova Autie over here. He's got 38,000 strength. That's 5,000 more strength than Cloud and Leon. 72.66 multiplier. That's higher than Cloud and Leon. There's a ton of damage here, and on top of it, his multiplier for Supernova is 220. Very powerful. Where if you look at the Supernovas on Cloud and Leon, there is no 280% guilt increase. So you're already hurt there. That's a big difference in power for everything else, but their upright, or not the upright, their power metal strength and magic metal strength for 3 attacks can also be game changing compared to that 280. And you have other metals that do the 280, but if you use them on your Keyblade setup, that's one less metal that can use 280%. But again, that's not bad because the rest of your Keyblade most likely has 3 280% Supernova metals. So it's not terrible depending on your setup. Now, again, back to the Supernova medals for the foretellers. Gula's over here has nice debuffs, got 69.68, 33,000 strength, and that high Supernova multiplier. So, like I was saying, the Cloud and Leon, the reason I'm comparing them to the Supernova medals, one, their banner was cheaper. Unless you're buying VIP, those are 10 Mercy Pulls as well. But if you went for the 1 out of 5 chance, all 5 medals are good. Even over here, Envy has her place. She's really good to replace for Kyrie or Xion on the beginning of the setups, especially if you redo the counters. But the whole point is that you spent 15,000 jewels for one of these foretellers, where one of these guys are going to cost you 30,000 unless you're extremely lucky. And it doesn't matter if you buy VIP or no VIP, it's still 30,000, where you could have got one of these guys, and with the Moogle shop, you could have just spent another 15,000 for guaranteed negative 60 ground, aerial, and extra attack. And there you go. You got yourself a 30,000 medal, but it has perfect traits on it. Yeah, if you buy VIP, you're probably going to get perfect traits. That is 40 trait rolls. Your chances are you're going to get something good out of that. But non-VIP, you don't get anything really out of it. So you're kind of screwed on that. You get 10 VIP coins, so in 10 pulls you have 10 tries for traits, but that's about it. So to me, the banners are what kill it. If they were a 5 mercy pull, I would say yes, because their utility is very good along with how much damage they have, but they're nothing game changing. But do we really need game changer right now? The game's been pretty easy. If we get anything more powerful, then that means the enemies are going to get more powerful. So if you do pull for them, they're good medals. The Supernova is the only thing that's lackluster, but with all the utility they have with that 2500 power metal strength, the Supernova having the same thing going on for it, but only for 2 attacks, that can change up a lot of setups. So it's nothing crazy new, but it's still good. It's still good, and it gets you a mixture of PvP, which PvP is given 1,000 jewels now, which is nothing to go like, I'm going to go build a whole PvP setup. But if you have a medal that does PvP and PvE, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? It's not that bad at all. At least you have a chance to get top 7,000 now because of these medals. Unless you get Leon, then you better hope that the opponent doesn't use anti-aqua. Leon's going to be, when you attack, Leon's going to be on your first slot or your first setup, because you're attacking, they don't have a chance to put up their anti-aqua. And if you're defending, you're going to put him on your second setup. So that way they don't have a chance to put anti-aqua up. So that's just a heads up. You can get around that whole anti-aqua destroys Leon just by, when you're attacking, make sure he's on your first setup. When you're defending, make sure he's on your second setup. That's it. Easy from there. Or if you're attacking on your third setup, Leon can also work, but hopefully you destroy your opponent by the first 2 turns. You don't want to see his third setup. There's different strategies, but anyways. But that is pretty much everything. It is one of those things that is a skip, just because 1, the banner is not that great, and 2, the Supernova can be the deciding factor in PvE content. In PvP, they're definitely going to, dominate, because the extra 400, 600 mil per Supernova, that is a difference, having that 2500 to all the medals. But as we go along, and if you compare them to other PvP medals, it's not that big of a difference. Like if you have a full Keyblade setup of foreteller medals, or mounts of swords and stuff like that, it still is pretty close. There is a ton of damage off them, but as the game goes through, you're gonna get new tier 10 medals that have more strength, more multiplier, which means they're gonna do just as much damage. And there's only a 15% chance of these going through, but again, they're an overall package that's really, really good. So it's up to you guys what you want to do this. Let me know what you think down below. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later.